Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Means.
So do I, but it's been so long.
Good evening, everybody.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Betty.
Be still, my beating heart.
So I was here. Hello.
And Joe Dog, I'm sorry about that last cheap shot in the green room, but you know.
Well, you notice how I did it, don't you?
I figured you put me up here by myself, and I'm going, okay, this is his revenge, but no, you're waiting till October, and that's going to be your revenge.
Oh, yeah. And you know, you were right in the middle of your little rant, and I went, and that's how we do it.
Children.
Hi, Dan.
I love you like a brother, but that still gets annoying. My brother always beats me at chess. I should never have taught him.
Yeah. And Joe, when you during the intro, you got up and walked back there, And evidently, what you have to step around is perfectly where that barricade is.
Mm-hmm. It's like you were walking through the barrels. It was absolutely spot on.
You walked around the
We,
barricade.
we need to get that on camera here real quick, actually on recording.
All right. Well, that time you walked between the barricades. That time you walked
Oh,
between the barricades.
oh dear. Be still my beating heart. Ah. Oh, yeah. Like I said in the green room, I just handed Lindsay my copy of the Tom Darby prequel, which she has not read. Only Richie and Scott have copies. And as far as I know, Richie's the only one that's read it yet. So, um, my wife is an editor. I mean, seriously, she is a very good editor. So I expect notes. I expect my entire door to be covered in post-its with page references and paragraph numbers. I don't know why I did this, but I went, oh, she's never read it. Maybe she'll like it. Oh, I should be so lucky. Arg. It was written without her approval or knowledge. Um,
That
we
makes it
shall
even
see.
better.
Yeah, I know.
I just noticed with the way the light's hitting me from behind right now, it actually looks like I'm out on a sunny job site.
Yeah.
Like that's going to happen.
Right?
How many are you guys supposed to get, Joe?
Well,
Okay,
Snow.
Joe, your next background you need to use is a snowplow and absolute whiteout, other than the snowplow and you.
Good.
I might have a picture somewhere. Um,
How did I know?
So, depending on which weather report you look at right now, we are getting anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, 3 to 6 inches, 5 to 8 inches, or 12 plus.
Now you know how women feel.
I know how Dawn's voting.
So, right now, weather.gov for our area is saying 2 to 4. There's a bunch of the independent pages that I follow for this area that are all starting to say that the low pressure system is going to be tracking further south, which means that's going to push us more towards the 5 to 8 or 12 plus. But weather.gov has yet to update anything, including updating us from a winter weather advisory to a winter storm watch.
We actually have tornado watches going on,
Ooh,
even though
cool.
the weather is fine today. But for tomorrow, and I'm going, honey, we have to rely on geography to shield us from this. Otherwise, I'm glad I've got all the camping equipment stashed away because of my parents' training on how to deal with severe weather.
So there's a post on
We
Facebook.
are, according to AccuWeather,
Go ahead.
we're supposed to get 2 to 5 inches. I did see at one point in time it said up to 8 inches. All I know is something's going to happen because, ouch. I'm feeling it everywhere today. It's been a rough day, but
Yeah. My arthritis is going off like alarm bells during a World War II bombardment by the enemy. So I'm just
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a picture posted of, I can't remember who posted it. It might have been I think it was the Weather Channel had posted something on their Facebook page. Every single state in the U.S. has some type of watch, warning, or advisory.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Donna.
Hello, Miss
I do have to
Donna.
say though that I know next week back at my parents, it is going to be a high with a little negative sign before the number. That's the high.
Okay, give them a couple of those gummies you had last week, and everything will be fine. That'll change that
Holy
plus. That'll change that minus into a plus real quick.
Oh, I know how to drive Kiri crazy.
Oh no.
Oh, not again.
Summoning
Well,
Donna.
shit. Oh,
Hi, Donna.
they're saying
Hello,
hi.
Donna.
They're waving.
But yeah, Kiri, ever seen any of those?
Yeah.
Mm. I have a couple of those. Well, maybe more than a couple. I'm not going to admit that because that would require revealing where the safe is for the collector's items. She didn't close the door. She's going to be back.
I know.
Donna's here. Donna's here. The other Donna's here too.
Yeah.
We're being
Yes.
inundated with Donnas.
We're
What?
waiting for the frying pan, Donna. We're waiting for that frying pan.
Oh, that'll never happen on camera.
Uh-oh.
She's too smart for that.
Well, my old high school won the keg.
Oh,
We have, so in the Porter County Conference, and this has been going on since the 70s at least, because my mom remembered the thing
Okay.
from when she was in high school. There's a little mini keg that gets passed around to the schools. Whoever, is the holder of it, you paint it your school colors and put the school's name on it, and that is your trophy until you lose to another Porter County Conference school. So generally, whoever wins the PCC tournament for basketball gets it until the next basketball season. But it is up for grabs at all points during the basketball season. And this is the first time that we've had it back at our school that I know of since 2002.
I don't know which disturbs me more. The fact that there may actually be in existence an untapped keg of beer that's been around since the 70s, or the fact that I am as old as Joe Bachman's mother.
She graduated in 77.
Oh, God, I'm older. Class of 75.
She was 63 this year?
Oh.
Yeah. She was born in 59.
I will actually, in November, I'll be 67 this year. Okay.
No, she would have been. Sorry. Go ahead.
Donna's got you guys both beat.
She would have been 65 this year.
Yes.
Or she did turn 65 right before she passed. I mean, yeah.
Although Donna Carleen still looks like she's about 30. Was that a nice save, dear?
Can we just say that all these 7 numbers are all before me? I was born in the 70s, but all the ones you guys are saying are before me. I made it there for 9 months.
Hey, you made it longer in the 70s than I did.
I lived every damn one of them.
What about you, Kiri?
Oh.
He'll be 12 next year.
Hey, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
Hey,
Hello.
Michaela. And she'll be 12 next year, too.
Hey, Michaela.
Oh, Lord. I should throw the shovel away. I'm through digging now.
Yeah, I was mid 80s, so
Early
Well,
90s for me.
Yeah,
I,
Desert Storm was before he was born.
That's
will-
true.
Yeah.
I will tell you this right now. Sputnik 2 was launched at almost the same minute I was born.
Well, that explains everything.
Well, it explains why I like dogs.
Abducted?
21 and a half. Yeah. And you don't look it yet. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. How old is my oldest daughter now?
You said she's a couple of years older than me. Or no, she's in her 50s.
She's, let's see. I'm 66. She's 55.
Don't do the math.
Go
My
ahead.
God, viewers, don't do the
Go-
math.
Go ahead. Do the math. I like being fawned over.
I know the story behind the math, so.
Oh, have any of y'all seen that video clip going around from the Terminator?
Oh, now if Lindsay's watching this, I'm in trouble because Dawn just took her hair down.
That was tight and it hurt.
That's what she said. Yes, Joe Dog. I'm sorry I interrupted.
There's a scene to where Sarah Connor turns to Kyle and goes, "That's not possible that somebody could create something like that. That nobody has the technology to do that." The guy goes, "Not now, but in 40 years they will." The movie came out in 1984.
And it's 40 years later.
And what is taking over? AI.
Oh, Lord. I just read a bunch of stuff about.
Oh, bring me a DeLorean instead anytime.
Oh, you and me both, honey. You and me both.
Oh, somebody
Although I
did.
kind of like living right now. There's a lot of advantages to understanding what is now modern tech and what may be later on, and it can be fun.
Yeah. Dawn said DeLorean. There's a fan flick out there right now, fan trailer of Back to the Future 4. And evidently Michael J. Fox was involved with it. He is now a college professor. His son is Tom Holland.
Oh no, that makes me feel old.
But yeah, and somehow Doc Brown needs Marty's help in the future.
Oh, because he's got the train. Not spoiler alert. He's got the train now.
Yeah.
It's been out long enough.
It's been quite. Now, what impresses me is that Marty's son is now Spider-Man, so we got all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh yeah. What was that?
Wasn't for me.
Wasn't me.
It was a water
think
drop
it
of
was
some
me.
kind.
Must have been Kiri in his Discord or his Twitch.
Probably.
Not ashamed of it, are you? I wouldn't be either. You go. You just go.
So there's some sad news today that I shared with
Oh,
you before the show started.
Uh,
Fruit stripe gum has
Oh,
been discontinued.
I heard.
I had no idea it was
I
still
love
in
fruit stripe
production.
gum. You get 4 or 5 good chews, and it's cardboard.
wasn't Fruit Stripe the one where you could chew the paper too and the paper dissolved?
Doesn't matter. It all tasted the same.
Yeah, you still got about 4 or 5 chews out of it, and you lost its flavor too.
Even the wrappers. No, I used
That's what
I used to get a pack of fruit stripe gum as a consolation prize for having a haircut back when I was teeny tiny.
So fruit stripe gum, known for its bold colors and zebra mascot, is being discontinued after 50 years on the market.
Only 50 years?
That's what it says.
Ah,
Wow.
Fruit
That
stripe
was-
gum was invented in the late 1960s. The brand later adopted a zebra mascot named Yipes, and the slogan was Yipes Stripes.
Yikes, you're wearing stripes.
There were 5 flavors: wet and wild melon,
There was flavors?
supposedly,
They all tasted the same to me.
Yeah. Cherry, lemon, orange, and peach smash.
I remember.
Like I said, if you ate the wrapper, it still tasted exactly the same.
And each stick's wrapper doubled as a temporary tattoo.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa.
I'm
Wow.
Hey, Michaela. Think this through. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Michaela and I work out on the side of a dangerous highway damn near every single year, and I don't even clear that with overtime.
Give you reasons not to.
Nothing wrong with dispensaries or weed places.
I can't think of good reasons not to. However, given your creativity, it would be counterproductive towards being able to finish your books on time. However, 125 grand a year, that's a rather large selling point.
Look at it this way, Michaela. 125 grand a year. Let's say you work it just for 5 years. That's going to be over 500,000, almost 600, 625,000 in 5 years.
Hey, even 2 years of it would finance writing for at least a decade.
Yeah,
No,
well,
absolutely.
you're right. You might not have time for the books.
You would not have time for the books
at this time, but for 125,000 a year, even if what you need to do is look at it as, okay, it's 125,000 a year. How much do you need to make between you and your husband to cover the bills, live comfortably? You take the remainder of that and you throw that into an account at a bank that you don't even bank at. You put it in a totally separate bank and don't even bother putting the app on your phone. And you tell them, hey, I want this much of my paycheck put into this account, this much of my paycheck put into this account. You do that for 2 years, 3 years at the most. You've got a bankroll to sit back for the next 5 years probably after that to write and not have to worry.
Hey,
I have a savings. I have a savings account like that. If I empty out my 401k and put it in that savings account, I will get an additional carry the 4. I will get an additional $800 a month on top of my pension and my Social Security, which is not to be sneezed at, and that is after taxes.
Well, I also got another idea. Take the job, digital voice recorder, text to
Good.
speech.
The man's onto something. Whenever you get a free time, record your thoughts on whatever story, then do a
Plug it into
text
text to speech,
to speech
speech
to
to text.
and have it, and then correct the typos, which is not going to be easy, but still.
Your book's written.
Several books can be written depending on the time frame, how much you have to devote to the voice recorder.
Yeah.
Yes, if you can work that way. Now, that's the thing. A lot of people have trouble working that way. You might not. You might not.
And with the technology now, it can go.
Mhm. Oh, I can never imagine Michaela not being a nice person. Oh, in an office environment. Okay. That one I'll give you, honey. That one I'll give you. There are working in an office environment that is has its own.
Issues.
Thank you for finding a nice word, Joe Dog. That was beyond my capacity at the moment. Yeah. Now, what and whom you have to consider is making you this offer, and will they still be around in 5 years' time? As a paranoid person, I will say that with the absolute your best interest in mind.
What time do we have to be at JediCon tomorrow?
Did everybody else hear that?
I'll be back.
I heard it.
Okay, must have been Donna, not in screen.
I thought it was Kira's computer, but no, it must have been Mrs. Joe Dog. Oh God, she's gonna kill me for saying that.
Well, Dan, it looks like you don't get to look forward to retirement now.
We'll be safe until HallowCon. Or Liberty? Wait.
Liberty.
LibertyCon, yeah.
Yeah. I get to live until July. Oh.
That's assuming she doesn't fly out to you sooner.
She'll buy
Okay. What did I miss?
I don't know, but I was about to make a really bad joke that I'm glad you interrupted.
Sorry, be back.
Just when we thought Joe Dog was safe.
Well, he still has not totally recovered yet, which is par for the course with whatever it is he's got.
Okay, I'm alive.
Yay! They didn't kill Joe Dog. You unbastard.
Damn. I've got all that insurance money on your ass.
Can you not see how hard I was coughing when I came back? Everything was red. Oh. Coughed so hard it gave myself a headache. What?
You say that here. I mean, the only worst place to say something like that is the green room when there is unrestricted smartasses around. I mean, truly, here you're restricted to me and Dawn.
Well, would it help if I told you I almost puked while I was coughing?
Oh, Lord. I need you to stay alive for several more years, okay?
Hmm.
And that's just because you're a really good friend, and I don't want to have to go to your damn funeral.
Carl goes, geez, that's scary, Joe Dog. And he goes, if your vision goes red, that's not good. It's never good when my vision goes red. People hide.
Can you imagine what would happen if my vision went red?
I would automatically activate the invisibility cloak that I'm not supposed to have.
What? I'm just an innocent, sweet, perfect person.
Hey, Chris has seen me totally go red, scared him to death, and pretty much the rest of the HallowCon staff.
I
It's-
don't know who has actually seen me code red angry. It's been a while.
I know two people, and they're no longer with us, and it has no connection. It's just that I've outlived them, and that has no connection.
Speaking
Lindsay
about
is-
living, there was that post about what would you talk to somebody, I can't remember which group it was in, about if you had to talk, if you were in a room with your ex, what would you talk about? I'm like, well, first I'd have to tell Joe Dog and Nick out of retirement. I'm like, oh, that didn't come out right. He passed. But still, I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Lindsay has never seen me that angry before, and I hope she never has to experience it. I really don't. I do not ever want that to happen.
My wife has only seen me that angry once, and it wasn't directed at her. It was directed at the insurance company and the towing company. Only my vision didn't quite go red. The apparently my eyes went a very, very dark shade of brown, almost black.
Oh, never look at my wife.
Never look at your wife.
No,
Bullshit.
I didn't say anything.
Bullshit.
Hey, did I say anything?
You're
And
the
now he
bastard
can't
that
see
walks
anything
in
at
the
all
door.
because both of his eyes are
That walks in the
swelled
door.
shut.
Tell her I said I will never stop looking at your wife.
She's not shut the door. She's standing there listening.
I know.
you
I
blame
know.
Mm.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Well, she
This
don't
is
have. She doesn't have to stand there
Mhm.
right next to the door to listen in. All she has to do is tune in and just
oh,
comment about your remarks.
yeah. Have y'all heard of Nickelback?
No, never.
Yeah.
I like them a lot, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this until it was on the news the other day. Chad Kroger, the lead singer, every year when they're in a town and at Christmas time, he will be part of a nativity scene.
Oh God.
Oh, this is a setup for something I'm going to regret later, but
No. He's done Joseph. He's done sheep. He's been cows. Even did Mary, which was very controversial, and will never do that again. Of course, he's also quit. Not going to do it anymore. He never made it as a wise man.
yeah, you're going to make it as a smartass.
Oh dear.
Kiri loved that one.
I'm
Kiri's
trying.
trying to think of a way to top it now.
I don't know what it is about MTV Classics, but I turned the channel on I Want My 80s last night, and as soon as I turned it on, I got rickrolled. I'm like, really?
You don't need MTV for that. We got Joe Dog.
The fact that it just did it on its own. I could have waited, 3 more minutes, and I wouldn't have been rickrolled. But
Yeah.
no, something said turn it on there right now.
You had to watch it.
Now, let me ask y'all a question.
What?
3 people is a threesome, and 2 people is a twosome. Then wouldn't you say that clearly I'm handsome?
I know exactly the answer you're looking for, and I'm not touching that line.
Hey, I can't believe you admitted to it on the air.
Now, Carl, yes. Now, you've got to understand, Lindsay is very shy on camera. She does not like the sound of her own voice. She does not like the way she appears on camera. We all know she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but I can't convince her of that no matter how deep I shovel. So, if she does come in, please just don't tell her how much I flirt with the other women.
Okay, we will. I mean, won't.
No, she already knows. She's watched a few.
I've
Yeah.
heard my voice before.
And she still likes me?
Oh, Dawn, absolutely. Lindsay is absolutely in love with you.
Aw. And yes,
She gave me a
Carl-
hall pass, honey.
You what?
She gave me a hall pass on you.
Just for my shoulders.
I don't have the faintest idea. I'm not pursuing it, but the fact that my wife goes, "Oh, Dawn's beautiful. Yeah, I approve of that." I'm going, "Oh, fuck, I'm in deep doo-doo now." Lord.
Is it wrong that I'm currently having a conversation with her right now that has nothing to do with that? She's talking about her accent on Facebook. She's on Facebook talking about her accent. There, that makes more sense.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Okay, place your bets, folks. How long will I survive this retirement? My
40
estimate
years.
is
Infinity,
another
you're
3
out of
weeks.
Appalachia. You'll just come back.
That's cheating. I'll do it, but it's cheating. She promised to do her American accent. She don't think she can do it. She really doesn't. Her American accent comes somewhere in between Dolly Parton and my mom. And she's not happy about either direction it goes in. So, hello, Nick Tockert.
Hi,
Hello,
Nicholas.
Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Just heard me talking about having to take him out of retirement as well.
And they're closing schools tomorrow in the area because it's going to be windy.
Which
And
area?
everyone knows it's windy.
My neighborhood, my neck of the woods.
Okay, yeah. It's supposed to be really bad down here too. We've already had weather alerts for the past 2 days. I've even had warnings from our favorite independent weather service person. And Josh, thank you, but it's Georgia. Not even God knows what the weather's going to be here 5 minutes away from right this minute. So, oh, Nicholas, I have assumed my aspect. Now let's see what he makes of that.
Oh, John, did you see the baby video I posted and said, Nick, you ready to go back to work? Baby comes out of the room walking on all
Like a bear
all
walking.
fours. Yeah. And stopped and looked up at you and went, ah. Nick goes, fine, I'll get my bag. Of course, Carl says, was that taken at Keisha's house?
Oh,
Anything can happen.
And look,
I've actually found through some culinary videos, Keisha's daughter's equivalent in England. This child is spooky, but she's so cute. Just like Keisha's daughter. So cute. But they're going to be dangerous later on. Oh, Nick. That was a totally different discussion that you were not here for. I'm sorry, but shaking the pillars of heaven here. We did that, and we're not afraid. We'll explain that later.
the one after that.
Oh my goodness.
Poor Keisha.
No, she's totally innocent. Just like that kid from the movies. What was his name? Damien. Just totally innocent. I mean, it'll be all right.
Oh, and there will be a Never Mind the Furthermore Monday morning.
Oh, okay.
Can I guest host?
No.
And we all know. Do we owe Dan a new keyboard?
No, the beer was only halfway to my face.
Hey, if you know, you know.
Oh, the Gradient Edition Monday morning. Oh yeah, Curl, thank you. Like we really needed that suggestion. And Nick's here.
I'm working on the graphic right now for it. I actually just got it done.
Let's not forget that Monday morning I have my nerve burn, which who knows what I'm going to come out of that like, and it should be done before Never Mind the Furthermore begins.
I still have not managed to get the can to my lips.
I'm just saying that we don't. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Dan.
I've got the graphic done. If someone can pull it up.
I don't have ops here. Just say freezing cold edition.
Now we're going to need to be thinking warm spring thoughts by that point up here.
Same here. Oh, Joe, he said I could. I'll be good. Come on. We'll see how I feel when I get home.
I was say, bad part is you won't have ops on there though, so you won't be able to pull up comments because it'll still be on Nick's channel.
Do we think that I'd be able to pull up comments at that point in time?
That's a good point.
Do you think you want to pull up her comments at that time?
I may try and convince the wife to co-host with me.
Do it. Come on, Trey, do it. Trey, do it. You have to show her that now, that little clip.
Never mind the furthermore, the late night edition.
I'm not sure, Nick, if there's an entendre to that.
I'm not either. Xander said witch wife.
Hi, Xander. Wait. Hi, Xander. You did we know that we come up with the fact that hi, Xander is the same as, what did we say it was?
Sorry, Nana.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be a really bad influence on that boy, and I'm so very sorry, but I'm so very happy at the same time. Hey, we were a bad influence on Kiri, and look how that turned out. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Which wife?
Now, Joe, have you thought about woodburning one design idea for Dawn? How about burning a design of her taco?
Luckily, Joe doesn't draw, so
Yeah. That would have to be drawn by somebody else first.
He would need a photograph.
And
no artist, and some of them
from the sound of it, she might be willing to provide one of those after the surgery she's talking about. So,
there you go. Nick goes, but I draw and take commission.
Nick can draw Dawn's taco, and Nick can draw Dawn's taco, and you can just burn it.
No, because you can't use that one. I don't believe, Carl, because that's an actual sign.
For a company that's out of business.
Yeah, but I would honestly be more honored if somebody drew this taco. Because this taco was made or was sent especially to me.
There you go.
Oh, Neil.
Not the green room, not the green room, not the green room. I am in so much trouble.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. Oh. Whatever.
Oh,
okay.
sure. That was what he was talking about. Yeah. Yeah. We'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, I think we got Dan just like this.
Yeah, it'd be just like me to get run over by a poodle.
And I'm gonna miss tomorrow night.
Depending on how this storm tracks, I might miss tomorrow night.
Depending how this pine tracks, I might miss tomorrow. Woo!
Whoa!
Oh, that's a bowl of ice cream.
Yes, it is. And it's got some sweet drizzle on it there, Bachman.
Yes, it does.
You're going to have to thank that boy for that one. In a good way. Well, I heard the plonk sitting it down. That's a sizable amount of ice cream.
It's both tonight, Nick.
Ooh.
No,
I have seldom heard a more suggestive comment than that one, Dawn.
he's asked if it was bribe or a reward. It's both. But I'm probably going to log off here early because he had a rough day at work today, so he wants to go to bed early. So I said, well, if you want to go to bed early, you
here's
better
the
bring an ice
reward. Nick, that's a borderline me coming in the green room. Okay.
Hey, you turned off the thing that says that that our avatar stays up.
I am in deep doo-doo. Fortunately, I keep my feathers numbered for just such an occasion.
Okay, so if I log back, when I come back on there, that little sign on over Joey's shoulder that says "Open to Church" will disappear. That's, you guys see it?
Depends on which church.
Yeah.
The Church of the Green Room.
See, I told you it would disappear when I came back in.
I'm trying to parse that one. I'm really trying to parse that one.
Hey, Amanda. I had sushi for lunch. Shut up.
Never said a word.
Sorry.
You don't have to say a word. I can read your mind.
I am so sorry. There is nobody who should be inside this mind, including me.
That's why I live outside of mine so often. It's been condemned by church and state. I didn't say which church or which state, but you know.
I might have to tune into this guy's live stream for his forecast to see what he says is coming, seeing as all the other ones are still.
How many inches are coming?
Yep.
Hey, just need 2 or 3.
It's not how many inches, it's what you do with it.
I had a girl ask me one time, who are you gonna please with that? And I said, me.
It's done a fine job the last 37 years.
And yet she married you.
Yep.
Damn.
Okay, folks, this is... Excuse me, I almost said what you see is what you get, but no, that's not quite appropriate at this moment in time. Why didn't I throw that shovel away when I said I was going to? Not only is HallowCon going to be really interesting this year, I think LibertyCon is going to be interesting this year too. I don't have any idea why I am so afraid of that, but it's going to happen.
If I could get a good solid connection, I would do Stupid O'Clock from LibertyCon.
I'll warn Brandy. She may need to know
Very
this.
interesting, Nick.
Okay, Wi-Fi gets cut off at 10 o'clock.
I didn't say Wi-Fi. There are some Cat 5 cables all over, jacks all over that damn place.
We'll deal with that threat when it comes. I don't believe I just said that.
You've been around us too long.
I'm doomed. I'm just doomed. That's all there is. I'm just doomed. Nick, how many times can I respawn?
Do 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 do.
Oh God, Zach's here. A voice of sanity. Oh fuck, it's Zach. No, it's not a voice of sanity.
Wait, Zach's here? I get
Ice cream.
I get ice cream. You show up, Zach. I see how it is.
No, I've had you in the background. I've been doing other things, so I finished that before I have to get ready to go live. So that's why I joined now.
He was trying to hurry up and finish that so he could come on here while I was eating the ice cream.
No, I didn't even know she had ice cream till I was loading.
But now he's fully loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Donna. I do, Carl. I technically have two. I have one in just under 2 hours and one at 4 a.m. Eastern.
So what time are you going to bed, Zach?
Huh?
So what time are you going to bed?
Tomorrow.
What is this bed thing you speak of?
I'm just gonna sleep like Dan in my chair.
I was going to say it's where your dog and cat sleep with your wife.
Isn't that where the hobo is?
Nah, it's my bed.
I would say Hobo's in bed with Joe's wife.
Yeah, with my luck, Carl, we'll get to about 40 minutes out from the one at 2 a.m. and they'll be like, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. They've already changed it 3 times this week, so what's a 4th?
Really? It's 60 degrees outside. It's too cold.
Yeah.
I'm glad Zach's here.
Oh, no.
Have they figured out what happened?
Oh, to Peregrine?
Yeah.
What? Not really. For lack of better description, it pulled an Apollo 13 and just something popped. And we don't fully know why.
Well, from what I rewatched a lot, that thing jumped about 30 feet when the boosters lit.
Nothing from the rocket caused it. Astrobotics and ULA have both already ruled it out, and so has NASA.
Okay. It sure does look crunched up
Okay.
on the bottom.
Somebody calculated in imperial and built it in metric.
Probably. They said something. I'd have to find the actual statement they put out, but it said something about the pressures in the propellant systems. Something happened when it tried to fire the engine initially. Why did it... Oh, fantastic. Remember that launch I told you that was at 2 a.m.? They just delayed it. So see what I tell you. We're going in 24 hours. Let me find what Astrobotics said. It was... They tried to do a firing of it, but because of
We love you, Zachy.
Oh
See,
my God.
here's the real issue, Dan. It was calculated in imperial. The plan showed it in metric, but it was built by true American measurements, meaning not inches, but well, this bolt should be about the size of 1/5 of a washer. 3/4 the size of a boulder.
Hey, it's half the size of my thumb. It should fit.
The current hypothesis is the Peregrine spacecraft's propulsion anomaly is a valve between the helium pressurant and the oxidizer failed to release after actuation during initialization. This led to a rush of high-pressure helium that spiked the pressure in the oxidizer tank beyond its operating limit and subsequently ruptured the tank. While the working theory, a full analysis will be done. Vulcan's rocket is not to blame.
That's what they all say.
I don't know, but how long? How many people in Stupid O'Clock does it take to milk one bad?
One bad joke.
Yeah.
Approximately
We'll
6
twist it a lot.
dozen. Oh God.
Yeah, we've been back and forth, Carl, on whether we want to start up the live stream again. One, because it keeps just not dying. So they first said they had 12 hours of fuel, and then 6 hours later, they're like, actually 24 hours. And then 18 hours later, like, we actually still have 36 more hours. And then they came out today, we actually have 48 more from today. So the thing just won't die.
Did they not actually measure how much fuel they put into the damn thing?
They
Or
did.
is it not burning it at the rate they thought it would?
It's not leaking it at the rate. So the pressure, the more it leaks, the lower the pressure is. So it's leaking slower.
You realize you just asked about if they didn't measure how much fuel they put in there. Depends on if they were kind of. Yeah. Hi, Zachy!
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I almost didn't turn off my microphone that time, but I had to laugh so hard.
So
I'm
in
gonna
other
get
words,
arrested,
Mac,
aren't
they had
I?
enough fuel they could have got it into lunar orbit.
It's in lunar orbit. So this is the fun thing. The whole we've lost the moon, which we also milked, they haven't. It's almost out. So what they did is Earth, Moon. They launched. This is where the moon is. So they're about here right now, almost at where the moon is. But the moon's not there because they were going to loop around nothing, but use Earth's gravity, come back to Earth, do one more loop, and then get stuck in lunar orbit and then eventually land like 30 days later. But the thing is, they're in this loop trajectory already, which means this thing's going to go where the moon is, not, but should be, come back to Earth, loop around Earth by itself using gravity, go back out to the moon, and JPL says it's just going to full-on belly slap right into the surface of the moon. So it's going to land. A little bit harder than the Russians one did, but
not quite as gently as intended, but hey.
So the longer the fuel lasts that's on it, the longer they're able to keep their solar panel aimed at the sun, the longer today they turned every single thing on the lander on possible. Even the rover sent a message home going, hello. And the rover's like, crap, where do I go? Yeah. Well, we're going to find out if the moon's hollow or not.
Nick is actually a Doctor Who fan, I can tell.
Yeah, well, Carl Brook describes he wins and he gets pickles for that. He wanted to know.
But are they good pickles?
Bread and butters.
Hey, they were $1.
That's even more concerning.
Are they habanero pickles?
I don't want discount pickles.
They were discounted.
Don't want what?
I don't want discount pickles.
No, Nick, believe us. There's not anyone here, except for maybe Kiri, that isn't an expert on being pickled.
No,
Oh,
Sorry,
my.
Kiri
Zach.
got
Sorry,
pickled.
Zach. But giving you benefit of the doubt.
I've seen Kiri pickled.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he was drinking scotch and somebody gave him a cigar and actions contrary to swallowing.
I remember that.
For every action, there is an equal and unfortunately opposite reaction. Garbage in, garbage out. And Zach, the only reason I didn't include you in there with Kiri is because I don't know you well enough yet to know whether or not you have a tolerance for the finer reasons to stay alive.
Yes and no.
Let me guess. This one time at church camp.
No, this one time in China.
Do not trust Chinese booze.
Or we didn't.
Mm.
Yeah, there's this wonderful area called Ho Hai or Hai Ho, we can't remember, in Beijing, that is literally this man-made lake, and every bar, so every building is actually 3 different bar clubs, main floor, basement, and the second floor, and they all have like someone outside trying to get you into theirs, but every single one of these buildings is maybe 2 sea cans wide around a huge man-made lake that'd be like the middle of a housing district. So there's like 1,500 or something bars around this lake, and we all showed up in suits because we had been working all day. So they're like, ooh, Canadian Americans with money. We want them.
You wore a suit in China
For 17 days straight.
Okay, I'm discounting your dry cleaning bill after that, but
Oh, I dry cleaned 6 times while in China. When I flew home, my suitcase didn't come back to my house. My suitcase went straight to the dry cleaners here, and I went, these are suits and clothes from China from 2.5 weeks, including hot pot. I am so sorry. Here's $300. The lady started to open the zipper and very quickly closed the zipper, and just was like, "Okay, we take care." Yeah,
and
You
you got it back, and it was actually not the same suits. They just went out and bought you duplicate.
well, the best part is we chose to also go in August.
August.
Yeah. So it was. Y'all don't know Celsius.
One day I'm going to have a long talk with that boy.
The coolest temperature we saw the entire time we were there was 80. We know we saw 115.
Fahrenheit.
When you were not in short sleeve
Fahrenheit.
suits. Yes, Fahrenheit.
Believe me, if you saw 150 in centigrade, he wouldn't be here now.
I'm can see minus 50 Fahrenheit if I go outside.
I know that was the smart ass part of it, Dan.
Plus 150, he'd be soup.
Hello, am I still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Regrettably, yes.
There's a long delay.
No, everything went dark here for a second. And I can't believe the computer didn't shut off.
Joe, you have not died. It's okay.
Okay, we just missed Donna smacking him upside the head with the frying pan. I wanted film at 11, but no, I got cheated.
No, you saw. Instead, you were visualizing Zach exploding at 150 degrees Celsius at a hot pot restaurant.
No, just cooking, not exploding, but just cooking.
Felt like I was
And,
going to explode a couple of times.
oh Jesus, I've still got 6 beers left. Oh my!
Well, we're only an hour and 10 minutes in, Dan.
Yes, I know, but I only usually use about 4 during the shows. My reputation is going to suffer.
Yeah, China was a whole journey. It was cool.
I think that was an understatement right there, if I ever heard one.
That it was a journey?
No, that it was a whole journey. Yes. Usually visiting a foreign country, even if it's one as ancestrally familiar as England, which I have done. And yes, I know I didn't say the other word completely correct, but bugger it, I've been awake all day. There are common points that can cross over to one's experience in one's home. China is one of those places where, unless you hang out at the Golden Dragon an awful lot, there's not an awful lot of common points you're going to be able to relate to. Oh, and now Chris is. Oh, thank you, Chris. Yes, that's exactly what I need.
I still need to watch that. Yeah, I think Joe Bachman was in Green Room when I was telling the story about my luggage. Have I told you that story, Dan, or anyone else? No? Okay. Remind me in the Green Room sometime when there's no topic to tell you the probably 5 to 7 minute story of my luggage at Beijing Airport within 2 hours of landing. All I'll say is it involves the alphabet agencies.
I'm willing to bet the short story is when you got your luggage back, it wasn't your luggage, but it did fit excellently well.
Not really. Well, sort of. But yeah, alphabet agencies were involved. I was sure I was not coming home.
Tell me if this is offensive.
Yes.
No, that's just cool.
Notice I replied before you posted the actual video.
Carl says, "Note made great." I will have pictures to include, Carl.
Okay. Something to look forward to. Zach in pinstripes.
No, I never wore a pinstripe suit.
You would have in China. If that's the luggage they gave you back.
No. I did almost get mugged on my way to Tiananmen Square once, so that was fun. I just ran to the next red light. There's a police hut there, and I just ran there. That's where other people from my team were, and they stopped chasing me. It was fun. Yeah, white vans aren't always involved for church camp. They're also involved in China.
Okay.
Don't you love that church camp within 18 months led to that in China? Very opposites.
Ted just sent me a picture of Georgette being cute.
I am so not touching that line.
Touch
I
it.
don't even know how I said
Touch
that in a way that it could be misconstrued or twisted. So do tell, Dan.
Not until tomorrow. No way, no how.
No, there was not, Chris.
I do
See,
have standards. Admittedly, they are very low, but I do have standards. for my behavior.
What am I gonna do with you guys?
That's said. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's another line I'm not going to touch, not even in the green room. You got to negotiate that with Lindsay.
I thought that was already negotiated.
I have yet to see the paperwork.
Oh God, Nick. Oh,
Oh, I'm either going to die a saint or I'm going to burn in hell. I don't know which.
can't you do both?
Knowing me, probably, yeah. Knowing me several times, yes. Oh Lord. Oh,
I got some really cute pictures of Buddy last night cuddling with me. Mr. I don't cuddle with anybody was all cuddling. Can I say I like my cats?
I replaced the batteries in this thing finally. Unfortunately, it was too late. I'm going to have to buy another one.
Aww.
Yeah. It's one of my 3 favorites. So I've never owned the other 2 yet, but seeing as how it's that time of my life where I make stupid decisions and just love it. May have to order all 3. I don't know. At least the shipping will be cheap. And now Lindsay knows I'll die. And yeah, Nick, but unfortunately there was corrosion in the battery chamber. So replacing the batteries did not work. I never knew how to access the batteries before. I had to look that up. And there's a nice tutorial online if you have different versions of sonic screwdrivers and you want to replace the batteries before they actually burst and ruin the device. I do recommend looking up that section of YouTube because useful information I should have had several years ago. I didn't even know how to take the damn thing apart. But given I'm a redneck, I now know how to take it apart and I can rebuild it.
Nick said you should be able to scrape the corrosion and rub with baking soda.
Oh, on the screwdriver. Okay. We'll see how that works.
I'm assuming he's speaking of a screwdriver.
Certainly hope so. He doesn't know me that well.
Yeah.
Carl said he's in agreement that Nick was referring to a screwdriver.
Guys, I'm gonna bow out.
You okay?
I
okay?
just ran out.
I'll see you Saturday.
Joe, you have been running on fumes for several weeks now.
Yep.
At least you're not coughing your head off every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, and don't push it now. Now that you've hit the wall, go to bed.
I am. Y'all have a good one. See y'all next week.
Have a good
All
night, your dog.
See ya.
Right.
You take care. Love
Feel
you.
better.
I can figure out how to push this fucking button. There it is.
You've
There's the
never
Joe
been
dog
bad
we
at
love.
pushing anybody else's buttons. Oh,
Well, looks like Snowmageddon for my area has been officially downgraded to 2 to 4 inches.
give me a minute.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
Really,
still
that
trying to process that now I am the adult in charge.
did they think the
Yeah,
storm
we're
shifted, or they don't think it's going to be as bad up there?
so from what they're saying now, the one live report I was just watching, and it's matching up kind of with what I'm seeing on weather.gov. With the way the low pressure system's coming through and with the way the winds are, it's going to keep it more northerly. It's going to
Well,
keep that lake's going to draw it farther north from
that's good.
us.
That's good.
Now,
Except for people more northerly than you are.
It's called
That's
a
not
lake.
going to be a good thing.
Lake and Porter County are the two closest counties to Chicago. Okay. We're just under a winter weather advisory. LaPorte County, which is the next one over, and St. Joe County, which has South Bend, Notre Dame, in it, are both still under winter storm watches, but that's probably due to lake effect snow. Because the way that wind is coming back around once that low pressure comes through, it's going to draw that snow back off the lake and into LaPorte and St. Joe counties, most likely.
Carl,
Chris, I am so not touching that line. Not even tomorrow night. No.
So where is John?
We have not heard from John in a couple of weeks now. He may be under the weather as well. In the health sense, not.
Is he alive?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
why do we have?
I
As long as
can't.
we've heard that much.
I can't think of anything that would be. I mean, Godzilla can't kill John, so I mean, seriously. The man's more immortal than I am.
Oh, yeah, lake effect is probably going to hit them like a sumo wrestler doing a belly flop, Nick. But that's the joys of living in LaPorte County. We both know how that goes. Actually, that was so.
Sorry.
Channel 7 News out of Chicago, ABC, used to do a Jeopardy question of the day of their own, and one of the questions was basically what area gets hit with the most lake effect snow, and they had like 4 different cities listed, and LaPorte was the one that was the answer.
I would have guessed Chicago, actually, but
wind's got to be coming out of the east for it to hit Chicago.
Oh, out of the east. That's contrary to the normal weather conditions.
Yeah. Wind has to be going east to west for it to hit Chicago. For lake effect to really hit me in Lake County, it's got to be coming damn near straight out of the north. North slightly to the northwest.
Mm.
From north to south, southwest. However that works with wind, I don't get it, but the wind is normally coming kind of southeasterly off that lake, which really hammers LaPorte and St. Joe counties. More so LaPorte, because where I grew up in Wanata, which was only half hour away from LaPorte, we could have blue skies and sunshine, and they're getting 2 inches an hour.
So not touching that line.
Sorry, I was listening, but I was watching the cat behind me.
Yeah, but that's just because John's got a good recipe for barbecue sauce. So not touching that line either.
We keep feeding you all these great lines.
It's not Friday. And even then, I have my limits. There are things that even I will not say. Now, you've already experienced me in the green room. So,
Until it's Saturday.
I mean, seriously, can you imagine things that I will not say?
I've experienced
That's
you at HallowCon with no cameras showing anything.
oh, I was so cruel to that young boy. I was so he was trying so hard to be a smartass, and I just had a remark every time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I mean, it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually said that, but it was funny. Um, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. His parents had a good time. I wasn't involved with that, but
We've all had days where no matter what somebody says, you have a
You guys do that to me all the time.
whippy
Dang,
comeback.
Every day you guys do that to me.
What do we
Yeah.
do?
There was
oh,
a
but
day
we
that
love you. I mean,
There-
seriously.
there was a day my buddy and I went out for some drinks, and I was just on a roll that day. I had a snappy comeback or some kind of smart-ass remark for anything that came out of his mouth. We had only been drinking for about 15 minutes. He said something. I said something smart-ass back. He looks at me and goes, "How about break this beer bottle over your head?" I said, "Bullshit, you ain't going to waste good beer." I said, "You still got half a bottle left." And he looks down at his bottle and he goes, "You're right."
I'll drink it first. Yeah.
Sometimes I get into those little snippety things, and then there's friends of mine that don't appreciate it and get pissy back.
I know, but I was sitting at a table with us. These folks had never met before, and the teenage boy was just trying to prove how witty he was, and unfortunately, I was on form.
Was he witty for a 15-year-old though?
Oh, he was very, yes. I mean,
Okay.
he was impressively witty. I loved it. I loved it. But unfortunately,
Still need to
witty
be put in this place.
witty for a 15-year-old does not equal witty for a 60-year-old. So, he took it graciously. I'm very surprised I didn't get stabbed on the way back to my room, but you know, he took it graciously. His parents laughed. He laughed. Um, Joe Dog was willing to pay my bill, or the hospital bill. I
And at
can't
the end of
remember
the
which,
weekend, his
but
parents called his therapist and added 4 more sessions.
I don't know about that. I think they just signed him up for a membership for the next year's HallowCon. You know, hey, this was good therapy.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here. I might be back. I don't know, because
You will be.
I'm sure you'll be back.
I don't know. My spine is not happy.
Mm.
Yeah, that low
Mine
pressure
isn't
system's
either,
not helping.
but I commiserate.
Hopefully
So
you feel
I
better.
don't know for sure, but if not, I will see you guys either later. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you Saturday, and and if Joe says okay, maybe Monday morning.
Good night, Don.
Miracles can happen.
Have a good night, Dawn.
Good night.
Good night, Dawn. Oh. Nick, I'm sorry. You made 4 comments. I don't know how to parse any of them. Okay. Okay, 5 comment. Okay, that one. Yeah. Good night, Dawn.
Well, Dawn's on her back, going to the windows and the wall, because
I just found what I want my wife to get me for Valentine's Day.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And Dawn just left.
Pickles. You can keep the big onion and the habanero or whatever it is, jalapeno.
That might be a poblano.
You can still keep it.
Poblanos are really mild, and the big onion is a spring onion, and it is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Take it from a southerner. That is really good.
But what are you supposed to do? Just gnaw on an onion?
Yeah, I do it all the time out of the garden.
Yes.
Pull a green onion out of the garden, wipe the dirt off, and just start going to town.
Same thing I do with spinach. Yeah. Although there's usually not dirt involved.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you eat bell peppers like an apple?
No, I usually put ground beef in them and bake them for a while.
That would
And yeah, it's awesome.
I love stuffed green peppers. They do not love me. I'm pretty sure with green peppers I could give Joe Dog a run for his money.
I do not care if bell peppers love me. I certainly enjoy the way that they taste. Do not make me regret saying that, anyone.
There's actually a little deli over in LaPorte that does a really good stuffed green pepper soup.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Now,
I chased myself out of the room, but it's so good.
There is actually a very passable, not perfect.
How did you survive that?
Stouffer's frozen dinner that has stuffed bell peppers. It does not have enough tomato sauce, but other than that, it is very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. I need to get another couple of those because Lindsay and I both enjoy them. Although she prefers when I get the raw vegetable and cook the same thing myself, because I am likely to put provolone and a few other things on there to make it a little bit more fancy. But, I need to do that again for her. I haven't done that in about a year or so. I love it when I get a chance to cook for Lindsay because she is a fantastic cook, and I have such a limited repertoire. But what I do really well. So
I don't want to bow out, but I gotta go live shortly, so I might be back at some point for Last Man Standing. But if not, I will catch you all tomorrow.
We'll see you when this one gets delayed.
Good luck.
Good night, Zach.
It is a launch out of Japan. Normally, they'll count down to like 2 seconds, fire the engine, and go, "Oops," and then stop.
Oh yeah, Godzilla's coming. We gotta shut this down.
Please tell me you saw what SpaceX did when they did the last Starship launch, right? With Godzilla.
I did not, but I'd love to.
The tower has the chopsticks, and it's called Mechazilla. So when they started talking about how tall the Starship is, they're like, yeah, and Starship gets held by Mechazilla, and a Mechazilla walked across the screen.
Oh, jeez.
on the official broadcast. Just this full robotic, like all across the whole. And the best part is they just kept going as if nothing was happening. And it wasn't just the video of it. There were sound effects for all of the movements. So the other hosts are like, and the weather's just looking like, and it was like, no one's listening to the hosts right now. Everyone's like, there's a dragon Godzilla thing across the screen. What?
That's amazing. That's amazing. I wish I hadn't missed it.
I will send you a clip later. I'll show you in the green room or something. But we'll catch y'all later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see
All
you.
right.
See you,
Good
Zach.
night, Zach.
Good night, Zach.
And good night, Carl. He's getting herded to bed by Calvin.
Good night.
Well, one day Calvin will be a teenager, and Carl will say, "Here's the car keys. Go away."
And Donna's bowing out.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Have a good
Okay.
night, Donna.
That leads an entirely different equation to mind that is not going to show up on one of my Excel spreadsheets. Although, shut up, Dan.
And Nick, I have dehydrated bacon before. It's called over frying it. But I like my
Well-
bacon crispy, so
Yeah, well, the obverse of that is British bacon, where you take it out of the package, you show it a picture of a fire, and you wave it around, and it's done.
see, my neighbor likes his bacon to be cooked, as he calls it, Arnold Palmer style. So like the half and half tea, half lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
He likes his, have a little bit of crunch, but still be a little limp when you pick it up. Or as I call it, half staff.
I'm sorry, but the way I like my bacon, if you were really cruel, you just grab it in one fist and make bacon bits out of it and sprinkle it all over everything. But well done, I think is the phrase I'm looking for.
Yeah. See, the bar that my wife and I go to on the weekends for breakfast, I love the way they cook the bacon there because they get it nice and crisp, so I can actually dip it into the gravy for my biscuits and gravy. But they also make a very good BLT because they use a half pound of bacon on it.
In one sandwich.
Yes. It is a true bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. It's not like some of the other places you go to. You get 4 little thin strips. It's
yeah. Lettuce and tomato are the afterthought. Yes, I understand.
Have them slap a little pepper jack cheese on there with it and some mayo, and
oh yeah, that sounds good. Nick has a dehydrator. Do you have a rehydrator? Not sure Lake Lanier qualifies as that one, but and not that you want to eat anything that's been dipped in Lake Lanier, except for catch a fish and take it out and clean it and fry it. Clean it carefully. Oh Lord.
The dehydrator is handy, Nick, for herbs. If you plant any herbs in your garden this year.
Not those kind of herbs, Nick. You don't need those.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of the state line for that. But no, if you do peppers, especially hot peppers, take it outside or open every damn window in your house.
Otherwise, it'll be like tear gas. Your eyes will be watering.
Yes, my Neighbor found that out the hard way. Actually, he didn't find it out the hard way. He just set everything up, turned it on, went back to watching his movie, and totally forgot to open his windows.
Mm.
And then wondered why he was sitting there with his eyes starting to water.
Ambulances were called. I'm just saying.
No, I got the phone call of him, leaving the house, going, "You want to go for a drink?" It's 3 PM. Yeah, I gotta let the house air out. What'd you do? Yeah, remember those peppers you brought over from your garden? Yeah, I dehydrated them. Okay. I didn't open my windows. Oh, you dumbass. Needless to say, the next set he dehydrated, we drug the dehydrator out to the garage and did it in there.
Mm-hmm. Outdoors, where it
Yep.
belongs, yes. That way only wildlife are harmed.
Yeah. He made some great salsa verde with that, though.
Oh, yeah, but the squirrels just probably never stop knocking at the door. That was one reason I really liked the poblano peppers, because they had that almost dangerous taste, but it was crossed with this, oh, we're just glorified bell peppers, don't worry, taste. And, you go through and you cook something with it and you go, almost bell peppers is just about right, but son, I'm going to have to back up just a hair from the table. It's not the sweating of my skin; it's the watering of my eyes. But
some of our peppers got cross-pollinated.
Oh yeah.
Because the poblanos and the banana peppers had a little more kick to them than they should have. But we also had hot cayenne, ghost peppers, habaneros, and Carolina Reapers.
That sounds entirely too logical. I'm wondering why people didn't show up in hazmat gear trying to decontaminate the place, but
it got even better when we just had the bright idea of making a pepper moonshine.
Do not ever give that to Aunt Donna.
So, my neighbor.
Seriously, we don't want to pay her hospital bill. Don't give that to Aunt Donna. Don't give it to me either.
So we took and fermented the hot cayenne, the habanero, the Carolina Reaper, the ghost pepper, the jalapenos, and then we threw the poblanos and banana peppers in too, just because they were there.
Just to make things mild again.
And we let it ferment, and then we threw it in the still. And when it got done, we took little bitty bottle cap shots like this. Because the smell that was in there was phenomenal. It smelled great. We had, of course, had the garage door open and the side door open, so we had a good, flow of air through there. But I don't know if the burn was from the peppers or the alcohol. Because it went down like kerosene, but you could taste all the different pepper flavors in it. Needless to say, we gave away all the bottles that we made.
There is a jar of homemade pickled peppers that I was given the donor peppers by people at work. that lives in my fridge right now, and Lindsay is absolutely afraid to even pull the jar out, much less use the results of some of these 12, 14-year-old pickled peppers that are in there. I put maybe 2 spoonfuls at most in an entire crock pot of chili. And there are also quartered small green tomatoes in there as well, and onions and a few other things, but none of them are quite as lethal as some of the peppers that my friends at work grow. There's this one guy. There's always this one guy, you know. Oh, that ain't hot. That ain't hot. Here, taste this. That's mild. And I go, I have known you for 40 years. I ain't touching that,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to take a few home and chop them up and throw them in my pepper jar. And that is what I have done. This jar of peppers is probably older than some of the people I presently work with. Might be older than their grandparents. I've been saving this up for a long time. It just gets better. Gets a little more intense. I try and add more milder things to it, and then I go, you know, even your bell peppers taste like habaneros. You have not been doing the don't let this cross pollinate checks, have you? And they go, I'm trying to grow ghost peppers. And I'm gonna make me into a ghost. Godzilla's breath is milder than some of these peppers. Seriously. Can melt steel at 5 miles. Uh, oh, but you put a little bit in a pot of chili, a big pot of chili, so it has something to be thinned out with. Thank God for pinto beans. It tastes so good, but the next day you go, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I'm going to spend a fortune on laundry soap, and the dryer is going to be going for 6 days. And I'm still going to be buying fresh underwear. Oh, God. But it tastes so good. It tastes so good. Mm. And how the fuck am I ever going to top this on the next show? Which is coming up in, where's the countdown?
About 11 minutes.
Oh. All right. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have to do it.
Well, I'm actually going to be taking off at the end of this show because I'm going to get up early just in case the storm decides to track differently.
That is always a good reason.
Ooh,
So
they updated it again.
I'm going to start the other channel here, even if it just goes, "Hey, I'm here by myself. Good night."
Yeah, I told the foreman for our street department that I'd get up early just to kind of check the weather, see how the roads were looking. I'd go in early to start plowing, and then once they get in at 8, they could take over. So
Well, there is a Neil Young song that I recommend to everybody just because it's Neil Young. Um, it's from later in his career, and the title is In the Field of Opportunity, It Is Plowing Time Again. Take that as you wish. Oh,
Yeah, I'll be getting plowed on a Friday night, just not in the green room. Actually, I'll be the one doing the plowing.
okay. I wasn't going to touch that line no matter how you parsed it.
Dan, you're gonna have a whole lot of lines written down for tomorrow night.
I ain't writing nothing down. That counts as premeditation. Um,
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been unsupervised for quite some time. And no, Jodo does not count as supervision. I'm sorry. He may have seniority, but
Oh, sure he
mm,
does.
mm, that'll be the day. Um,
I don't know if the snow's starting to affect my internet, but from my side, it's looking like Dan's doing the old Godzilla movies.
Yeah, I'm
it's
noticing it too.
it's your internet. Mine looks fine. Um, and there's nothing wrong with old Godzilla movies. I love old Godzilla movies. Um, but 8 minutes, yeah. We're getting close to the time we have to play High Flight and check out of here for another another night well spent.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's always fun hanging around with this crowd. Um, and even the expanded crowd that is in the comment section that doesn't show up on camera. Chris, Nick, everybody, thank you very much. Destiny said she might show up tonight, and I'm hoping that she actually does. They. Come on, Daniel, you know this. They actually do show up. Hey, I'm still trying to get used to this. I grew up with two, now there's 17. All right? I'm an old guy. Give me credit for trying to be adaptable. Uh,
Oh.
oh, Nick, that one I can't let go. Why eat chemical weapons? Because they taste so good.
They
Why
taste
does
good in the
Gamera eat nuclear reactors? I mean, seriously.
they taste good and the burning is love. Ah.
That sounds like a good closing line, actually. And join us on this segue to hell. And it's still only going 2 miles an hour. So, let's run that beautiful bean footage. And I will see y'all whenever the next opportunity presents. And always know, thank you for being here. You contribute mightily to not only this show, but every show you're on. and I will watch y'all's at my earliest opportunity when I'm not nodded out in the damn chair at 6 in the afternoon. Or Nick, 10 in the morning. Excuse me, 5 in the morning. Oh God, I'd never be awake for that. If never mind the furthermore is on at 5 in the freaking morning. Oh,
I can tell you right now, if it's ever switched to 5 a.m., if I have to host it, it's getting switched back to 9.
oh Lord.
I
Good
barely
night,
want to get out of
Gracie.
bed.
I don't want to get out of bed at 5 in the afternoon, much less 10 in the morning. But I do have the alarm clock set, so sooner or later I'm going to readjust my sleep cycle so I can be there for never mind the furthermore every time it comes on. Can't promise when because it's going to take me a while to adjust, but this will happen. It could happen. All right. Let's see what we got here. And, oh, Lord. Nothing is scrolling down. Oh, okay, finally. I seem to be lagged. And Joe Dog has rearranged everything again.
Why do you sound shocked by that? But we're at the 3-minute warning, so
Yep.
once Dan finds the button, good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks. Thank you for being here. We've had great fun. I hope you have too. And we will meet you again real soon. Bye-bye.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.
Did not get away with it. Fuck, 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 fuck.